K97.5, Home to the Morning Hustle. I'm Ayeeedubb, and I have a very special guest on the phone. Actor, playboy, producer, comedian, Mr. Tony Rock. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You got them all in there.
I had to. I gotta let everybody know who I'm dealing with, okay?
Well, the most important one is Charleston's dad.
Yes, and we're gonna talk about your son in just a couple of minutes. But where are you calling from?
Los Angeles. I fly out in the morning for the gigs this weekend.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna be here early. No, it's Thursday. I'm thinking today, Wednesday. You see what type of week I'm having. But yes, I was looking at your Instagram. It's basically your son's IG. He's so precious.
Yes, he has taken over my IG, and that has taken over my life as I know it. Every day is just like, I wake up, I play with this kid, I read books, we watch stuff, we hang out, I forget meetings, I miss phone calls. I have to schedule my day like days in advance now because I know once he gets up, it's like focus is all on him.
Oh, I love that. It looks like fatherhood has been blessing you tremendously.
Yeah.
So how's it been like doing shows and going on tour? Like, is it tough or?
Oh, yes, it's pretty tough. I used to just be able to, I think every parent understands that when you have a child, you used to be able to just move the way you want to move, when you want to move, however long you want it to move. Mm-hmm. But now the priority is always getting out and getting back to him as quickly as possible.
Oh, I understand. Does he have any like funny quirks like his daddy, or what's his personality like?
Oh, no. He's super funny. He's in daycare, and when I pick him up from daycare, they always say he did something funny or he made kids laugh. And one day we were leaving daycare, and he said, "Dada, I was being silly." And I'm like, here we go. Here we go. It's about to start.
Yeah, it's going to start early. Of course, everybody knows the Rock family is very famous. I know you have a lot of siblings. Is everybody else funny? Or is it just like you and Chris and your son?
No, everybody. Everybody's funny. My uncles, my aunts, my grandparents were funny. My dad was super hilarious. My mother's funny. It's in our DNA. I don't know, something that was in the water out there in South Carolina when they were growing up, but everybody has the gene.
Is it like pressure, like if somebody brings somebody into the family that they have to be funny? Because I'd be like, oh my gosh, I cannot compete. I'm going to be lame. You know what I'm saying?
No. We know you. If you come into the family, we know you can't compete, but you just have to be able to stand the roasting. Because the roasting will last for a very long time. So if you could just withstand the roasting on Christmas or Thanksgiving or cookouts when you wear a horrible outfit, then you can be part of the family.
Just gotta have a tough skin messing with y'all, right?
You gotta have super thick skin.
Well, of course, you're a huge legend in the business. Of course, the stand-up comedies for sure, but also in movies and TV shows. But you've also hosted a lot of iconic programs like All Def Comedy, Apollo Live, Black Card Revoked, NBA TV's The Warm-Up. What has been your most favorite hosting opportunity so far in your career?
Hosting, I guess we got to say the Apollo, because the Apollo's like the greatest the greatest urban talent showcase ever invented. Like every performer ever, maybe still, dreams of performing at the Apollo one day. And I was the ringleader for 2 years. I think I'm the only comedian that hosted, well, there might have been maybe one or two others, but I think I'm the only comedian that hosted all Def Comedy Jam and Apollo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is impressive.
I know a few comedians guest hosted, but nobody hosted like season after season like I did.
Oh, I see. Would you like for them to bring Apollo Live back?
Oh, that would be great. That would be so great. That would be. To be honest with you, the network didn't really do the show justice because there will never be a shortage of people that want to perform at the Apollo. So we could have did that show forever.
Yeah.
And that's why they would always bring it back a few years later. If you notice, there was always like it would be on and then it would be off and then it would be on because there's always going to be people that want to perform at the Apollo. So you're never going to run out of an audience, and people are always going to want to sit in the audience and watch the show and boo bad performances because it lives forever. I don't know. I hope they do bring it back one day. Even if I'm going to speak it into existence. Maybe I'll bring it back one day, and I'll executive produce it, and I'll find another young comedian to host it.
Oh my gosh! Now that's something. I hope that happens. Like you said, speaking into fruition and existence. I hope it happens. Manifestation, because we do need that. Yeah. That'd be a good look.
Yeah, and I'll change it around a little bit so it can last a little longer than it did when I hosted it.
You got it, Tony Rock. You know what to do.
This is what I'll do. I'll bring it back in a few years. I'll let my son host it, and it'll run forever.
Now you're talking big. That's what I love to hear.
And that's his college money right there.
Yeah. So everything's just taken care of just from Apollo Live because you're running it. I love it.
Absolutely.
But yes, you're at the Improv this weekend in Raleigh. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. People can get tickets at improv.com/Raleigh. I'm getting a lot of a lot of feedback from asking comedians what to expect, because they're all like, "Oh, just come to the show and find out for yourself." But do you feel comfortable answering that question? Like, what can people expect from the show?
I tell people all the time, my show, if you ever see me do stand-up before, I call my show a conversation with Tony Rock, because I literally talk to the audience like I'm talking to my friends back on the stoop in Brooklyn. So I try to cover many topics. I cover relationships, of course. I cover pop culture. I cover politics. I cover race relations. I cover whatever's going on in the news at the moment. I cover everything. I try to cover everything. I try to have the audience leave with a better sense of who I am, but also a better sense of what's going on around them. So I'm like a news reporter. Comics are news reporters. We cover the same news. We just cover it with a comedic slant. If we make you laugh at the same news you're watching at night and you're cringing about, we did our job. We make the medicine more digestible.
Yes, and that's what we need in these times at this point, because the news is already something, but add a little comedic relief and you're golden.
Right. You laugh a little bit, and you see the absurdity in the same stuff they're covering, because they don't tell you how absurd it is. We'll tell you how crazy and absurd it is, and then you can laugh at it a little bit, and we broaden your horizons and brought it to your attention, but we also made you laugh about it.
Exactly. Well, I am so excited. I know some radio people are going Friday. I'm going on Sunday. So we're all going to be in the building this weekend to support this show.
I will see you Sunday. Thank you for your support. Everybody that's listening, that's buying tickets and coming out to see, thank you for your support. It does not work without you guys. Comedy is one of those things where we can't do it without the audience. When there was COVID and people were trying to do comedy shows on Zoom, and people were texting jokes and all that stuff, it didn't work because it doesn't work without the people. So thank you guys for buying tickets. Thanks for your support. It's the Rock the Mic Comedy Tour coming to North Carolina. It's the hottest comedy tour going today. I put my name on it. That's why it's so hot, because I put my rock on it.
Yes, I love it, Tony Rock. And let everybody know where they can follow you, keep up with you, see Charleston, see what you got going on in your life. Let them know where they can follow you.
You can see Charleston on Tony _Rock on Instagram, the real Tony Rock on Facebook. My Twitter was actually discontinued because when Elon Musk took it over, he canceled all the other Twitter subsidiaries, and I was on one of those, so my Twitter's gone. I'll try to get a new one. But TonyRockComedy.com. Just keep up with me, and I'll keep the Charleston pictures coming, and you can see him grow up into a young man, a beautiful young man. You just follow what I'm doing.
And the host of Apollo Live in like a couple years. So
yes, and he will be the host of Apollo Live by the time he turns 9.
Oh, the youngest host ever, I think.
Ever.
Oh, I love it. Tony Rock, thank you so much again for calling in. And like I said, we'll see you this weekend, okay?
Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you, love.
Have a good one.